Good day once again, Star Wars fanatics. Yes, this is my second video today. I just wanted to do one more just because I felt like it. I really just wanted to do another freestyle video, rambling on and on and on, you know how I do, about the book of Boba Fett and things I'd like to see in it and things I'm excited for and what we can expect. Now, some of this will seem repetitive and I'm sorry for that. I just like talking about the show that's coming up December 29th. Which is the book of Boba Fett. I don't think everybody understands how really excited I am for this show. It's crazy to me to think that we're actually getting the book of Boba Fett, a TV series based on our favorite character, or my favorite character, Boba Fett. This has been the case. I've been wanting this for, oh God, I don't know, since 1980. It's nuts. So sit back, relax, watch a little Boba Fett footage, and listen to me ramble on and on and on about Boba Fett and what could happen today on Star Wars Fanatic. And before I go on with my ramblings of Boba Fett, on and on and on and on, if you're new here or you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button. Do it now. And turn on notifications. Stay up to date on all my Star Wars content, especially the stuff about Mandalorians and Boba Fett. I mean, I can say his name a million times in a million different ways, a million different accents, because it's freaking Boba Fett. He's coming out of the Polynesian spa in just 28 days, and man, I cannot wait. Oh, it's going to be 7 episodes of our man kicking ass. Now, the bulk of my channel has been about Boba Fett, the Mandalorians in general, but mostly Boba Fett. And I'm not going to apologize for that, because even though we only got 8 minutes of screen time from the guy and about 4 lines, it still sparked our imagination. We wanted to see more of what Boba Fett could do. We got that in some legend stories back in the novels and comics and such and such and such, but we didn't get to see it. Our imagination still played a big part in it, but we didn't get to physically see it on a screen, watching him just whoop that ass. But now we're getting it, and I'm going to get to what we can expect or what we should hope for in the book of Boba Fett. But first, I'm going to get to some things that I think we should not see in the book of Boba Fett. And one of those is whiny ass Luke Skywalker. Sorry, I don't hate the guy, I just think he's too whiny. And we don't need more Jedi in this Mandalorian story. Yes, I call him a Mandalorian. So what? If you don't agree that he's a Mandalorian, that's fine. You have that right. But I'm telling you, near the end of this series, we're going to find out for sure. And if I'm right, I'm going to do a video telling you, haha, told you so. But let's get back to some things we do not want to see in the book of Boba Fett. The first one being Luke Skywalker. I don't think Jedi nor Sith have a place in this story. The galaxy is so huge in Star Wars, we don't need to throw Luke Skywalker or Jedi or Sith or anything into every story that comes out. Let us explore. Let us see the underworld. Let us see this part of the galaxy without it being interrupted by cameos that are just there for fan service. The next thing I don't think we should see is Han Solo. Why? Because Han Solo was a job to Boba Fett. There was no hard feeling there. And Han Solo accidentally bumped the dude into that big butt-mouth sand thing, the Sarlacc. So it wasn't really personal. There should be no reason for Han Solo to be in it. Boba Fett's not looking to get back at Han Solo. And Han Solo's probably forgot about Boba Fett once he fell in the Sarlacc pit anyway. And it's the same thing with Luke Skywalker. Yeah, they got into a skirmish at Obi-Wan Kenobi's little apartment, but there was nothing personal there. He was hired by Darth Vader to scout out Luke Skywalker and possibly catch him. He took Luke Skywalker's name back to Darth Vader, and that started Darth Vader on his path of destruction or falling out of the dark side. Next thing I don't think we need to see in the book of Boba Fett, and this will probably be the last one, I don't know, I might ramble on, but is anything Imperial. Stormtroopers, officers, Gideon, any of that stuff. Why? Because it's Tatooine. It's an outworld. It doesn't need to have those elements in it. This is an unruly planet. And we saw in The Mandalorian that stormtrooper helmets were on pikes on Tatooine, so they're really not welcome there. There should be no involvement with Imperials. Not to mention, we already saw Boba Fett kick Stormtrooper ass. Do we really need to see it again? No. Let's see him go up against some formidable foes. Stormtroopers are really just target practice for anybody trying to warm up. They're not really there to be a huge threat. It's a small police force, their armor sucks, and they are not as weaponized as a Mandalorian, so it really makes no sense to put more Stormtroopers against him. We already saw what he could do without armor, let alone with his whole arsenal and a gang of people with him. And that's not to say that they wouldn't be welcome if any one of these three just popped up here or there. I mean, it's whatever. They're going to do what they want to do, and I'm just going to go along with it as long as it's a good story. But we don't need that kind of fan service. Not to mention, any of those cameos or appearances could slow down the project. It could take away from Boba Fett's story. You'll be like, ooh, look, there's Luke Skywalker. And Luke's going, yeah, I'm Luke. I'm here to help you or hurt you. Alright, so I've went on and on about what we should not see in the Book of Boba Fett in the form of Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Stormtroopers, really anything that ties anything to the Skywalker saga. Skywalkers have had enough movies. Jedi are tied to Skywalkers. It doesn't need to be there. Sorry, let's let Boba Fett have his moment. Now, if they want to add some of these things in the Ahsoka series, perfectly fine, as long as they don't overdo it. Ahsoka used to be a Jedi, maybe a Jedi again. She never denied that in The Mandalorian. But they can do it if they want to, with limitations. But I think that series is going to be more about Thrawn and possibly fighting the Grisk from the unknown regions, bringing it into the inner worlds. You know what, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm just tired of everybody OPing Luke. He is OP as hell because of all the stories everybody tells about him and because of the Legends continuity of him. There was too much that, he was this indestructible dude. He was fallible. He had problems. He had issues. He had daddy issues. He had mommy issues. So, build that story on that. Its own separate story. I'd be okay with the Luke Skywalker series. I'd even watch it and I'd enjoy it. I just don't want to see him in this story. Sorry. Now, what do I want to see in the Book of Boba Fett, and what do I think we should see in the Book of Boba Fett? Well, the first one and foremost is Cobb Vanth. The man needs to be in the Book of Boba Fett, and I'll tell you why. It's because, look at it, he is the marshal of Mos Pelgo, and that town is on Tatooine, with Boba Fett trying to establish a criminal empire from the beginning on Tatooine. Then somebody needs to step in and at least try to stop him or be swayed over to his side, and that person could be Cobb Vanth. I don't think Cobb Vanth will become a criminal, but I do think once Boba Fett starts his transition into his other role from the Legends continuity as a Mandalorian, Cobb Vanth will be on his side. He will see Boba Fett's doing good and trying to prevent the destruction of his people. And why am I so adamant that Boba Fett is a Mandalorian? It's because the whole purpose Boba Fett was created was to be Jaster Muriel's legacy. Jango Fett needed him to carry on the Fett name and to carry on the traditions of the true Mandalorians as led by Jaster Muriel. Now you can argue that Jaster Muriel's this or Jaster Muriel's that, but he is canon. And it proved that in The Mandalorian Season 2 when Boba Fett showed his chain code for his armor, Jaster Muriel's name popped up, as did Concord Dawn, Foundling, and a couple other things. But I digress. I apologize for getting off track and getting on the whole Boba Fett's a Mandalorian thing again, but Cobb Vanth is a must. He has to be in this series. If he's not, yes, I'll be disappointed, but they better have a really good reason why he's not in it. The number 2 thing I want to see in the Book of Boba Fett, more Mandalorians. I hear there's supposed to be this big Mandalorian war between factions and all this. That's probably a rumor, so I'm not going to go with that being fact or anything like that, because until I see it, it doesn't exist. But I do want to see more Mandalorians, and we should see more Mandalorians in it. Boba Fett is wearing Mandalorian armor. He's portraying himself as a Mandalorian just by having that armor and being a clone of a Mandalorian, Jango Fett. So, we got Cobb Vanth and more Mandalorians. Come on, the story's already shaping out to be great. But there's a third thing, and a fourth probably. The third thing I'd love to see in The Mandalorian, or I'm sorry, the Book of Boba Fett, is Miggs Mayfeld. Miggs Mayfeld's the kind of scoundrel you'll want on Boba Fett's side. Maybe even a double crosser. Maybe, but maybe he even shifts his allegiance once Boba Fett shifts his, and they all, Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Cobb Vanth, and Miggs Mayfeld, become a team, a solid team, and maybe even help them usher in the new Clan Fett. And along with this, let's bring in Boba Fett's family, his wife, his daughter, his granddaughter. That gives for an explosive story. His daughter hates him because he abandoned the mother. The granddaughter has to save his life using another Mandalorian clan set up by his father, Jango Fett. Now, I know from the rumors the Book of Boba Fett's only going to be 7 episodes or whatever. We don't know how long those episodes are going to be. I would assume they'll be around the same length as The Mandalorian, with the first episode probably being a bit longer. But I've added a lot of stuff in here that I'd like to see in the Book of Boba Fett, and I know it's not going to happen in one season. It would have to carry over to 2, 3, 4 seasons. But bring it. I'm ready for it. And I can be patient for a few years till the story fully plays out. And that brings me to my next point. Why am I so excited about Boba Fett's return? Why am I so excited about the Book of Boba Fett? And why am I making so many videos about it? Well, it's because he's no longer just a quiet, menacing guy in cool armor. He's not just there to look like he could kick ass or have a rumor that he could kick ass and no disintegrations or whatever. He's doing it. We actually get to see him do it. This is what we've been begging for what, 40 years or some crap? Bring it. I'm ready. Let's see it. I'm excited. I'm hyped, and you guys should be too. Everybody in the Star Wars community should be hyped over the Book of Boba Fett. The guy controlled the destinies of so many major characters in the original trilogy. Look at it. If he didn't track Han Solo to Cloud City, Darth Vader would have not went to Cloud City. Luke may have finished his training as a Jedi and not gone to Cloud City and never heard the, "No, I am your father." Yeah, I can't do his voice very well, but you get what I'm saying. And Han Solo never would have got frozen, never got taken to Tatooine to Jabba the Hutt, where Luke, Leia, Lando, and Chewie went to rescue Han and ended up killing Jabba the Hutt, so Jabba the Hutt would probably still be alive. We'd not have the Sarlacc scene or Jabba's palace scene. All of this is because of Boba Fett tracking Han Solo to Cloud City. All of the trilogy would have ended differently. Now that's a lot of weight to put on somebody's shoulders who only had 8 minutes of screen time and 5 lines, including the scream, "Ah!" when he was falling into the big sand butt mouth thing. Okay, there's one last thing I forgot to tell you that I really want to see in the Book of Boba Fett, and I think it's a must. We need a flashback as to how Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc. Not just survived its belly, but survived outside of it once he escaped. And I'm going to tell you, it's probably from Tusken Raiders. Not Dengar. Sorry, I think they're moving away from that legend story. Alright, I think I've rambled on long enough. This video is getting a little bit lengthy. So, leave a comment down below what you want to see in the Book of Boba Fett and what you think should happen, who you don't want to see, and why you think Luke Skywalker should be in it. You could also leave me a comment as to who your favorite character in Star Wars is. I'd love to hear that, and why it's Boba Fett. You like how I threw that in there? That's right. Your favorite character is Boba Fett now. You just don't know it. But yeah, leave me a comment. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. Stay up to date on all of my Boba Fett, Mandalorian, Star Wars lore and theories and fan fictions and all that. Check out my playlists. I have a lot going on in the playlist. I have over 300 and something videos. There's something for everybody here. Just check it out. Thank you for watching. And remember, this is the way. The only way.